Imagine waking up before dawn to walk miles across a sun-baked, barren landscape just to fetch a few gallons of drinking water. For one farmer, this grueling trek meant balancing two clay pots on a wooden yoke. Their worth was defined by one rigid requirement: carry as much water as possible back to the village. This illustrates a logic of binary utility. The gauge treats 100% efficiency as the only success. Anything less, even a minor spill, lands you instantly in the red. When we evaluate existence through such a narrow lens, a single flaw transforms an otherwise functional object into a daily, recurring failure. The cracked pot suffered from a jagged fissure on its side, steadily losing exactly half its payload on every single journey. The perfect pot never let it forget this. It used its own flawless delivery record as a weapon, mocking the leaking pot for being a burden to the farmer. Eventually, the pot stopped seeing the crack as a physical defect and started seeing it as a moral one. It felt like a waste of space. At its breaking point, the pot apologized to the farmer. It confessed that its broken side was making his hard work meaningless and begged for his forgiveness. Self-loathing is often the result of judging ourselves against a system we were never built to satisfy in the first place. Instead of replacing the pot, the farmer simply told it to look at the ground along the side of the road on the way home. By pointing toward the roadside, the farmer forced the pot to engage with the world rather than staring down at its own jagged side. Looking down, the pot suddenly noticed vibrant red, yellow, and pink wildflowers swaying along the edge of the otherwise dusty road. Stepping out of a self-critical loop is the only way to see the impact we have on our surroundings. It provides the perspective needed to begin healing. The beauty of the walk lasted until they reached the village. As the yoke was lowered, the reality of the task returned. The pot looked inside and saw it had still lost half its water. The vibrant colors it saw on the road didn't change the fact that it was still failing its primary job. This is the relapse of worth. Despite a brief moment of joy, the needle snaps back to the red zone because the pot is still measuring itself by the old, unforgiving standard. Looking at flowers is a temporary relief, not a solution. If you want to stop feeling like a failure, you have to change the math of how you calculate your value. The farmer intervened one last time. He pointed out a detail the pot had missed during its moment of appreciation. Look at the distribution of life here. One side is barren, the other a fertile green line following the pot's root. The farmer scattered seeds exclusively on that side. Every day, the leaking pot watered them. The crack functioned as a precise irrigation system. A catastrophic defect in a rigid, isolated system often reveals itself as a vital feature when you look at how it interacts with the rest of the world. The pot's shame evaporated. It realized its worth wasn't tied to holding water, but to its unique ability to sustain something beautiful. We all carry the weight of comparison. We often focus so intently on our broken edges that we ignore the specific utility those edges provide. Conventional metrics for success are narrow. They are designed to measure conformity, which makes them completely blind to the accidental beauty our flaws create. Real worth isn't found by sealing up your cracks to look like everyone else. It is found by discovering the exact environments where your specific leaks are exactly what the world needs to grow.